Okay, what's going on, guys? So for today's video, I'm going to teach you how to count your macros and how to set those up. Essentially what that is, we're just going to be counting calories, but macronutrients are your proteins, your fats, and your carbs. So this is just a better, effective way to do that. First, we need to figure out what our maintenance level is. To do that, we're going to be using the Mifflin-St. Jeor method. The Mifflin-St. Jeor method is just a way to calculate how many calories you need in a day just to maintain your body weight. We're going to be using calculator.net. Go to Google, type in Mifflin-St. Jeor, and then click on the calculator.net link, and then we'll start there. Okay, so once we're there, we're going to put in our information. So for this example, we're just going to be using my information, but when you're doing this, obviously use yours. Put in your age, your gender, your height, your weight, and your activity level. So on mine, it's 25, male, 5'5", 152 pounds, and then my activity level is very active. So once you do that, hit calculate. For me, it says 2,700 calories is my maintenance. So the first thing we need to figure out is how many grams of protein we need in a day. So the best way to do that is to calculate your body weight times 0.8 to 1.2 grams of protein. A good rule of thumb on that is if you have higher body fat, then calculate 0.8. If you have very low body fat within, I would say, under 9%, put in 1.2. So for this example, I'm just going to be using my body weight. I don't feel like I have a lot of body fat. I don't feel like I'm very lean. So I'm just kind of in that in between. So I'm just going to calculate my body weight times 1, which is 150. So I need 150 grams of protein. Okay, so because I need 150 grams of protein, we're going to times that by 4. We times it by 4 because that's how many calories per gram of protein. So that comes out to be 600 calories. For my calories, 600 of them need to be coming from protein. So the next thing we're going to be doing is calculate fat. So a good way to do that is calculate 0.4 to 0.45 times your body weight. So for that, I like to do higher carbs and lower fat. So I think my body responds a little bit better because of carbs, not fat. So I'll calculate the lower end of that, which is 0.4. So that's 60 grams. So I need 60 grams of fat, times that by 9 because that's the amount of calories. That's 540. I need 600 calories coming from protein, 540 calories coming from fat. Okay, so we're going to add those together. 600 plus 540, that's 1140. Out of my 2,700 calories, I need 1,140 of them to come from fat and protein. The rest we're going to be adding from carbs, obviously. So the way that we're going to do that is take 2,700 calories, because that's my daily, minus 1,140, and that's 1,560 calories. 1,560 calories need to come from carbs. 4 calories per gram of carb, we're going to divide that by 4. So I need 390 grams of carbs every day. What this means is my macros are going to be 150 grams of protein, 60 grams of fat, 390 grams of carbs. That's going to equal 2,700 calories. And another thing we need to remember is we need fiber in our diet. Even though it doesn't have any calories and it isn't a macronutrient, we need to calculate that. So fiber is really good for passing food. It helps soften up food. It helps with protein digestion. So with this much protein, we need a good amount of fiber. So the best way to do that is we're going to times 1.4 per 100 calories that we're consuming. So for my example, it's 2,700 calories. So we're going to take 27 times 1.4, and that's going to be 37.8. So I need 38 grams of fiber every day. If you're getting 1,800 calories, 18 times 1.4, you need 25 grams of fiber. Okay, so now this is the fun part. Now we can work our macros around, we can change them around to benefit our goals. So if I'm trying to put on weight, I need to up my calories. If I'm trying to drop weight, I need to drop my calories. You're not going to lose weight, you're not going to gain weight at your maintenance calories. So if you're trying to maintain, this is where you're going to stay. Okay, so the best way to do that is to take whatever your maintenance calories are, and if you're in the good rule of thumb is if you're in the 2,000 calorie range, so from 2,000 to 2,900 calories, you're going to be taking anywhere between 200 and 300 calories either off or added to your maintenance calories. So if I'm trying to put on weight, I'm going to add 200 to 300 calories every day. If you're in the 3,000 range, you can do more so on the 400 to 500 calorie range. So if you're trying to drop weight, drop 400 to 500 calories. If you're trying to add it, add 400 to 500 calories to gain weight. The way that we're going to be doing that is we're going to keep our protein the same. So no matter what, I'm going to be eating 150 grams of protein every day. So 600 of my calories every day are going to come from protein. Later on, when I drop body fat or gain body fat, I can change that around. But for now, it's going to stay at 150. The best way to do that is to take whatever the calories you are going to be adding or subtracting from your diet and make sure 80% of those are carbs and 20% of those are fat. Another thing that I want to go over is how to count all of these. So the best way to do that, in my opinion, is the MyFitnessPal app. So this is what the app looks like. It's this blue box. So the first thing I do is I click it, and then it will bring up my home page. So on the home page, I just scroll over to the diary tab that's on the very bottom, and I can add food to breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, and then I can also add my exercise. I don't choose to add my exercise because then that will change your caloric needs every day. I like just to track my food. And then also with this, when you're first setting it up, it will ask you your goals. It will ask you if you're trying to maintain weight, if you're trying to gain 1 pound a week, gain 2 pounds a week, and then opposite, lose 1 pound, lose 2 pounds a week. I always keep it at maintenance because if you change those, then it will change your caloric needs every day, and then you can't properly track your macros because it will change your macros for you. So I just keep it maintenance, and then when I start dropping weight, I can go back in, change my body weight in there, and then keep it at maintain weight, if that makes sense to you. So first you're going to add food, and the best thing that I have found is you just at this top right corner, you click the scan barcode, and you can scan all the barcodes. If you're cooking something and you can't obviously scan that barcode, you can create like a recipe, and then we'll ask you how many servings are going to be in there and all of that. So play around with this, get comfortable with it. And if you have any questions about any of this, just throw it in the comments below. I'll get right back to you on that. And then leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time.